In today's video, we're diving deep into Crystal of Atlan. Is it worth your time? Who's the real target audience? And of course, I'll spill all the pros and cons lurking beneath the surface. I'm Woods, and I've clocked over 300 hours in this game over the past month. And no, this isn't sponsored. I wanted to make this video because honestly, the game's population has been bleeding out lately, and I'm here to break down why. I've finished every piece of content the game has to offer. I'm a low spender, just the monthly and battle pass, about $30 total. I finished in the top 100 in PvP during the first season, and I'll probably climb even higher in the next one. I've explored every corner, completed every challenge, spent over 35,000 energy, leveled up 7 characters to max level. There's literally nothing left for me to do except the daily grind every MMO fan knows too well. Progression is slow, and I'm just waiting for that tiny slice of advancement. So, with all that said, I think I'm finally ready to drop a brutally honest review. Let's get into it. Let's kick things off for anyone who hasn't played the game but is thinking about jumping in. This is an MMO with a slick cyberpunk theme, available cross-platform on mobile and PC with separate servers for consoles. The game features a limited energy system for PvE and some time-gated content, but nothing too punishing. Think more gentle nudge than soul-crushing grind. The daily and weekly activities are pretty chill, so you won't feel chained to your screen unless you're into that. PvP, you can dive in all day if you want. What really sets this game apart is its action combat. It's actually impressive. Think Devil May Cry or Dragon Nest vibes with flashy combos and all the bells and whistles. And best of all, there's no auto combat. You actually have to play the game yourself. Shocking, I know.
Yeah, boy.
Speaking of combat, that's honestly the main reason I've sunk so many hours into this game, and I'll probably rack up another 300 without breaking a sweat. I genuinely enjoy every aspect of the combat system. Whether it's a raid fight, a solo boss, daily quests, or PvP, you name it, I'm in. The fact that it's a mobile game means I can even play from my phone, though I'll admit it's not quite as reliable for the tougher fights. Still, it's perfect for spending energy or knocking out some quick tasks on the go. But for me, the most satisfying part, hands down, are the raid dungeons. Teaming up with real players, tackling mechanics, communicating, and actually having fun. That's what keeps me coming back for more. First off, the game has a super casual vibe. Once you hit endgame and juggle the activities for a couple days, you'll know exactly what you're dealing with. If you're the type of player who just wants to log in, burn through your energy on your main character, and knock out your weekly dungeons, you're in luck. That routine won't take more than 30 minutes a day. You can even skip a day or two and come back without feeling like you've fallen behind or missed out on content. Progression isn't locked behind some impossible wall. Basically, if you're a casual player who doesn't care about climbing the leaderboards or sweating it out in PvP, this game is built for you. Log in, do your thing, and get back to your other games. Or, your actual life. Now, if you're the type who's willing to drop some serious cash for personal progression, totally unnecessary, by the way, but hey, some people just love flexing, this game has you covered. In fact, that's a big chunk of the target audience. High spenders who want to climb the leaderboards and dominate the competition. If that's you, you'll probably enjoy the game with zero complaints. You don't need to juggle multiple characters or stress about missing a few activities. As long as you're willing to open your wallet, you'll always stay on top. Almost everything important for progression can be bought. It's pay to win, but at least it's honest about it. Now let's talk about the biggest chunk of the player base. Free-to-play folks and classic MMO grinders. I'm in this camp too, so trust me, I get it. We're the type who want to squeeze every drop out of the game, log in daily, burn all our energy, grind every activity, and chase every bit of gold and gacha. It's basically in our blood. But here's the catch. If you're free to play and you're running 6-7 characters every day, doing every single activity for max rewards, you'll either burn out or start complaining. Sure, you can grind gold and farm gacha tickets instead of buying them, but the routine gets old fast, especially since most of it is solo, repetitive, and doesn't even need you to talk to anyone. It's tedious, and honestly, it can get boring. If you're a completionist or collector, you're not the target audience either. A lot of the rare stuff, like pets or limited gacha collabs, is locked behind paywalls. If you don't spend, you simply can't get everything. Sorry, but that's the cold hard truth. Now, if you're a pure PvP player, things are a bit better. You can just level a character to 60 and live in the arena. As long as you pick a meta class, you'll have a good time climbing the ladder. But if you stubbornly stick to an off-meta class and expect to dominate, well, good luck. Zero comments on that. So, where does that leave us? If you're thinking about starting the game, here's some good news. Even if you join now, or 3 months from now, you'll catch up super fast thanks to returner and new player events. That's honestly one of the best things about this game. And to be fair, you never actually have to spend money to complete content. I'll give them credit for that. It's rare in this genre. Now that we've covered the target audience, let's talk about how the game could actually improve. These are my personal suggestions. The big ones, not just nitpicks. Sure, everyone has their own little things they change, but I'm focusing on what would make the biggest impact. First off, this is the company's first time launching globally. They've said it themselves in multiple posts. The game is clearly optimized for the Chinese audience, not the global one. And while they're not the most transparent company out there, I have to admit, they do listen to feedback. They run surveys, watch content creator videos, and even DM creators like me. I was honestly impressed to see them actually watching my videos and asking for input. So, nothing is impossible here. If they decide to make changes, the game could have a bright future. Now, about the grind, having to play multiple characters just to be effective is a huge problem. It doesn't fit the game's style, especially since it's also a mobile game. Why should I have to log in with every character, repeat the same content, and waste time on load screens? If I want to play just one character, I should be able to do that and still be effective. This change would make a massive difference. Casuals and grinders alike would be happy, and everyone would finally be on the same page. Right now, there are too many separate paths, and it just doesn't fit. Second, make everything available through gameplay, not just money. If you want to give 2 options, fine. Let people earn rewards through events by participating every day, and if someone misses a day, they miss out. That's fair. But don't make important rewards only available through spending. If you want to sell the same rewards for cash, go ahead. Some people will always pay. But events should be about participation, not just squeezing money out of players. The game lost a big chunk of its player base, especially after the Tatsumaki collab drama. Was it a huge mistake? Not really. The issue wasn't about progression. It was about the feeling of missing out. People kept asking, "Why can't I get this? Why do I have to pay for it?" It messes with your head, even if it doesn't actually affect your power. Meanwhile, grinders like me are spending 2+ hours a day running activities on alts just for a tiny bit of progress. If you're not spending money, it feels like a necessity. And honestly, a lot of us are probably looking for a game where you can focus on one character and still feel like you're playing a real MMO. Don't get me wrong, the early progression in this game is fantastic. It's one of the best out there. You can level up, clear content, and actually feel like you're getting somewhere. That's why people start playing. But once the grind kicks in and you realize alts are way more efficient than sticking to your main, the fun starts to drain away. Some people stick around, some quit. That's just how it goes. If it were up to me, I'd change the whole identity of the game. Make it about one main character, not a bunch of alts. Honestly, I'd even delete the energy system and add more ways to progress. Give me 5 runs of Purgatory, 5 conquests, 5 of everything. Let me do party content, let me grind, and actually feel rewarded for it. Right now, there just aren't enough progression systems, and that's a problem. At the end of the day, people want to log in, spend some time, and feel like their effort means something. That's what keeps a game alive. And if this game can figure that out, maybe it'll stop losing players faster than I lose my patience with gunners in arena.
Emotional damage.
Before I wrap up, let me explain why I made this video. My goal isn't just to rant or trash the game like some creators do after reading a random Reddit post. I actually want to help the game improve so we can all enjoy it. Too many people these days just hop from game to game, trash talking every title they touch, and then move on 5 minutes later. But real communities keep games alive, and real feedback leads to real changes. I genuinely believe this game has that potential. It's only been out for about 2 months and already we've seen tournaments and events. Now the devs finally have time to focus on making changes. So here's my call to action. I want you to answer this in the comments. How would you recommend this game to a friend? And I mean people who actually play the game, not just those who tweet about it. Think about it. If your friend is a casual player, would you tell them to try this game? Or would you send them to something like Wuthering Waves? This game lets you finish your dailies in 30 minutes and progress just as efficiently as someone who spends hours playing. Sure, hardcore grinders might want a real MMO on PC, but most cross-platform players don't want to be chained to their screens for hours. They want a game that doesn't force you to grind endlessly, unless you want to. But here's the problem. How can I honestly tell my friends, hey, come play this game? You'll have to run 7 characters every day, repeat the same stuff, just to maybe get some gold and try your luck at enhancements. Sounds fun, right? Not really. Now imagine if you could just play one character, do everything in 30 to 40 minutes, and everyone had the same shot at progression. If you want to pay for more, fine. It doesn't affect the rest of us. That's a game I could easily recommend. See the difference? A clear identity beats a mess of different paths any day. Anyway, that's all from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like for the algorithm because we want this to outshine all those negative takes out there. Let's get the devs to step up and make some real changes. Thanks for watching, and until next time, see ya.